So we're here to talk today about the evolution of data center networking and the role that new technologies such as software-defined networking and open networking are playing in the evolution of data center networks. And so what we're going to talk about here, I think a little bit, is the role that we at Vello Systems are playing in providing the solutions for mutual customers that both Equinix and we have. And so I think maybe what you can do is talk a little bit about some of the things that some of the trends that you're seeing customers bring to or require among from their vendors like us.
Yeah, absolutely. And it has a broad reach of impacts on different industries. When people think about data center, it really depends on the point of view of where you're coming from. Enterprises have often viewed the data center as being something holistically they've owned on their own campus or in their own headquarters in a lot of cases. And my particular company, Equinix, is very much a multi-tenant data center where you do see cloud content, network service providers, enterprises, and financial service customers really utilizing network services. And that's where the SDN conversation comes into play, because each one of these different verticals and customer types is really going to have a different requirement out of network services. And I think that's what makes the SDN conversation very interesting, is because it's not one tool fits all applications. It's very flexible.
That's right. I mean, really what SDN is bringing is a completely different way of looking at the data center or the application, really, and allowing you much more flexible models to manage that tenancy, multi-tenancy. The simplicity, one of the things that we've really focused on in the solutions that we brought to the table and that we sell today is how can you very quickly turn up new users, because what we hear over and over again, it's all about time to market, time to efficiency. I want my application, I want it now. And I think one of the other points that you addressed is that from the past, where enterprises were really keeping all of their applications captive in their environment, what you really become is that virtual extension. And so the easier it is to provide that virtual extension to the enterprise infrastructure to support those applications, and in your case, to scale by providing secure multi-tenancy, that is really the area that we are looking to provide, or in particular, we're looking to provide in the form of new technologies and new solutions for you and for your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, it becomes a physical extension of the applications themselves. So as we start to see enterprises in particular embracing the idea of IaaS, SaaS, PaaS, whatever, as a service you want to define it as, actual physical proximity matters in a lot of cases. And
Absolutely.
When you can actually create a physical connection and then run network on top of that connection, the ability to prioritize specific application types during certain time intervals becomes a very powerful tool for those end users and for the IT shops that are running it on behalf of those end users. And then you can almost compound the conversation by looking at the mobile workforce in a way, right? So forgetting the larger mobile industry trends for a moment, specifically in enterprise, as you're standing up an enterprise IT asset or application for a mobile workforce, there's a lot of design consideration that needs to go into how does this application perform? Because you can put it into your own lab environment, and on a test environment, it can look great. When you actually put that out into the real world, where you have inherent latency on radio networks and a distributed workforce in a geographically dispersed area, completely different set of working dynamics. So the SDN conversation again comes back to how do I more efficiently route traffic for that application out of that environment.